She handed me a box of my own belongings and told me I had 30 days to get out of my grandmother's house. The house she left to me. Stick around because story 2 is the craziest one on this list. My uncle cried louder than anyone at my dad's funeral. Then asked me for the keys to Dad's truck before we even left the cemetery. I was 26 years old, standing in the rain in a black dress, still holding a single white rose from the casket spray. My uncle, Derek, walked right up and said, "Your dad promised me that truck." He said it like it was a grocery order, not a conversation. My dad had not promised him the truck. I knew this because Dad and I talked every Sunday, and 2 weeks before he passed, he told me he was putting together a short will. He wanted me to have the truck because I drove 40 minutes each way to take him to his chemo appointments. Derek had visited exactly once in 8 months for a birthday dinner and left before the cake was cut. I told Derek I had not seen any will yet and that he would need to wait. He nodded slowly like he was doing me a favor by agreeing. Then 3 days later, I went to the house to sort through Dad's things and found the garage empty. The truck was gone. I stood there staring at an oil stain on the concrete where it used to sit, my hands shaking. I called Derek. He answered on the first ring, which told me everything. He said Dad's neighbor, a man named Walt, had seen him take it and that Walt had told him it was fine. Walt, a retired mail carrier who had no legal authority over anything. I asked Derek if he had a copy of a will or any document. He laughed. He actually laughed into the phone. That laugh was the mistake that cost him. I called my dad's attorney the next morning. Turns out Dad had in fact filed a simple will 3 weeks before he died. It left the truck, the savings account, and the house contents to me. I asked the attorney what my options were, and she said 2 words: report it. I did. I filed a police report for vehicle theft that same afternoon. Derek called me 4 times that evening. I did not pick up once. The next morning, 2 officers showed up at Derek's house. He had to hand over the keys on his own front porch in front of his neighbors, with the truck sitting right there in his driveway. He had not even put gas in it. When the truck was returned to me, I found one of his fishing hats on the back seat. I mailed it back with a copy of the police report tucked inside. He sent me a text that said I had humiliated the family. I texted back a photo of me driving the truck to Dad's favorite diner, the same booth we always shared, with a cup of coffee on the table across from me. I put it in a frame after that. Some people mistake kindness for weakness. My dad taught me better than that. That truck story was bold. But wait until you hear what one woman found waiting on her own front porch. She handed me a box of my own belongings and told me I had 30 days to get out of my grandmother's house, the house she left to me. My Aunt Linda had been living there as a guest for 11 years. My grandmother Edna passed in March, and by April, Linda had changed 2 of the 3 locks and started forwarding her own mail to that address. I am 51 years old. I was not going to be pushed out of my own inheritance. Grandma Edna's house was a 3-bedroom craftsman on a quiet street. She had kept it spotless for 40 years. When her health declined, she asked Linda, her youngest daughter, and my aunt to move in and help with meals and medication. Linda agreed. What she did not say was that she had quietly started telling the neighbors, the church group, and even the mail carrier that the house would eventually be hers. Grandma Edna told me privately, 6 months before she died, that she was leaving the house to me because I was the one who had helped her build her savings after Grandpa passed. I had spent 3 years helping her budget, manage her accounts, and even refinanced her mortgage at a lower rate. She said Linda was welcome to stay as long as she paid rent. But the house was mine. She had it all written down. When the will was read at the attorney's office, Linda sat perfectly still. Then she stood up and said the will was forged. She said Grandma Edna had dementia and could not have meant any of it. The attorney, a calm man named Mr. Belfort, slid a folder across the table. Inside was a mental competency evaluation Grandma Edna had completed just 4 months before she passed, along with a notarized letter in her own handwriting explaining exactly why she made every decision she made. Linda left without a word. Then, 2 days later, I drove to the house to begin the transfer process and found the box on the front step. My grandmother's china was inside, wrapped in newspaper, 2 of my childhood photo albums, a lamp I had given Grandma as a birthday gift. Linda had packed my things like I was the tenant being evicted. She had also installed a new deadbolt on the back door. I called a locksmith and had all 3 locks replaced within the hour. Then I slid a formal notice under the door, prepared by Mr. Belfort, giving Linda 60 days to vacate, as required by state law for long-term occupants. I also photographed every room in the house that same day to document the condition. Linda had repainted the guest room without permission and removed several light fixtures. I noted it all. Linda called my mother, my 2 cousins, and our pastor, trying to build support. Every single one of them had been at the will reading. None of them called me with complaints. Linda left voluntarily on day 58, 2 days early. She took her furniture and her repainted walls, but she left Grandma's garden exactly as it was. On the morning I got the keys back for good, I sat on the porch with a cup of tea and looked at Grandma Edna's rose bushes just starting to bloom. I think she would have liked that. I know that one hit differently. But the last story on this list proves entitlement comes in every flavor, including gravy. 3 years ago, my brother-in-law moved into our basement for what he called just a couple of months. Last Thanksgiving, he billed my wife and me for the meal he cooked. I am 38 years old, and I have never in my life seen an itemized invoice for turkey and stuffing left under a plate at a family dinner. But there it was, next to the gravy boat in a sealed envelope with my name on it. Marcus, my brother-in-law, had lost his job about a month before he moved in. My wife, Priya, felt terrible for him. He was her younger brother and had always struggled to stay steady. We agreed he could stay in the finished basement rent-free while he got back on his feet. We set no official end date, which I now understand was our first mistake. Marcus set up his gaming equipment down there within a week and seemed to relax completely. Month 2 turned into month 6. Month 6 became a year. Marcus got a part-time job at a hardware store and stopped looking for anything else. He ate our food, used our laundry, and once, while Priya and I were away for a weekend, he had 4 friends over and broke one of our kitchen chairs. He said he would replace it. He did not replace it. We ate with a wobbly substitute for 8 months. We had talked to Marcus 3 times about moving toward independence. Each conversation went the same way. He agreed, said things were almost lined up, and then nothing changed. Priya felt stuck because she did not want to damage their relationship. I felt stuck because I loved my wife and did not want to make things worse. Then came the Thanksgiving invoice. He had spent $62 on groceries and was requesting full reimbursement plus what he called a labor contribution of $40. That invoice unlocked something in me that 3 years of frustration had not. I did not argue at the table. I waited until the dishes were done and everyone had gone home. Then I sat down with Priya and told her I was done waiting. We drafted a formal month-to-month lodger agreement that night. It included a start date of 90 days out, a monthly rent amount of $400, below market, and a clear clause that any household goods damaged must be repaired or replaced within 30 days. We printed 2 copies and gave one to Marcus the next morning. He read it in silence, then looked up and said we were treating him like a stranger. I told him strangers pay full market rent. Priya, to her absolute credit, told him the agreement was fair and that she loved him, but she also loved our home and our marriage, and both needed to be respected. Marcus was quiet for a long time. Then he signed it. He moved out 4 months later, 2 weeks before his 90-day grace period ended. He found a room in a shared house closer to his job and seemed genuinely proud of himself when he told us. At Christmas that year, he brought a gift for Priya and a new chair for our kitchen. Same style, perfect match. Without saying a word about it, he just set it at the table like it had always been there. Priya cried a little. Honestly, so did I. If these stories had you saying no way out loud, hit follow right now. We drop a brand new compilation every single week.